Mining stocks are looking up, and the U.S.-Saudi Petrodollar agreement is over. So how does that affect inflation, Bitcoin, and the markets? One market analyst lays out how he would prepare for what comes next on this week's Bitcoin News Update. Hi, I'm Nate Martin with this week's Bitcoin News Update. 10x Research's latest newsletter highlights significant gains in the Bitcoin mining sector, with stocks like Bitfarms and Bitdeer showing notable increases. Bitfarms saw a 25% share surge after the research firm named it as a beneficiary of the recent post-halving consolidation within the mining industry. However, the firm urges what it calls cautious optimism due to Bitcoin's failure to break resistance levels nearing $72,000, as well as challenges facing the sector, including a declining hash rate and increased Bitcoin sales by miners. Bitcoin dropped to a 30-day low of $65,057 amid market uncertainties, which sparked debates about Bitcoin's future, with concerns fueled by U.S. inflation data, weakening consumer sentiment, and a strong U.S. dollar. Data from the University of Michigan shows consumer sentiment at a 7-month low of 65.6 in June, reflecting economic worries that may deter investment in riskier assets. While elevated inflation expectations and the Federal Reserve's cautious stance suggest prolonged high interest rates, Bitcoin whales have accumulated 20,600 BTC worth $1.38 billion, indicating confidence in the cryptocurrency's long-term potential. On the bullish side, despite the recent dips, Samson Mow is among many who foresee a dramatic surge in Bitcoin's price, even saying that a $10 million Bitcoin is in play. He pushes back against the reasoning that the recent unprecedented surge in short positions is, quote, just a cash and carry trade, instead saying that there are a lot of naked short positions that, quote, are likely going to get annihilated soon, which will push prices up. He further said that, quote, Bitcoin being kept at sub $0.07 million is like compressing a coil. It's going to be explosive to the upside soon. While not as bullish as Mow, analysts at Alliance Bernstein are predicting a $200,000 Bitcoin by next year, $500,000 by 2029, and even $1 million by 2033. After initiating coverage of Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, the firm's analysts increased their predicted high for this cycle from an earlier $150,000. They cite the recent U.S. spot ETF approvals as, quote, a watershed moment for crypto, bringing in structural demand from traditional pools of capital. They summarize their position by saying, quote, we believe Bitcoin is in a new bull cycle. And finally, last week, Saudi Arabia chose to not renew its 50-year petrodollar agreement with the United States. The agreement, which expired on June 9th, promised the Saudis military assistance, security, and economic development support from the U.S. as long as it only sold its oil in exchange for U.S. dollars. Crypto analyst Dr. Profit predicts two main outcomes: massive USD inflation, which will make everything you've seen so far look like child's play, and huge moves into gold, silver, Bitcoin, and commodities. On the Bankless podcast, market analyst Lucas Grauman urged people to prepare for a shift in the market. He laid out how he would do it, saying, quote, I see no interest in owning long-term government bonds. That makes zero sense to me. Then I would take 20 to 30% and put it into gold and Bitcoin. And then I'd go to the beach. That's it for this week's Bitcoin News Update. If you'd like to support what we do here at the Bitcoin Effect, maybe you'd like to buy me a coffee. Just scan this QR code or click the link in the description to help support the channel. You can also leave me a tip in Satoshis on the Lightning Network at strike.me/NateMartin. And to help us reach more people here on YouTube, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you'll know as soon as we post a new video. See you next week.